Good morning. Good morning, friends. Good morning. Thank you all for joining me here today, this morning. And thank you for being flexible with this class. It's a little cold outside. I wanted to keep everyone safe and warm in their homes and share a practice with you anyways. So go ahead and find a comfortable seat wherever you're at. You can use a blanket under your sit bones if you like. For today's practice, you're not going to need much more than a blanket. I wrote this practice so that no matter where you are and whatever you have around you, you're able to participate. So there's no need for any blocks or straps or anything like that. Just a blanket if you like to sit on a blanket, or if you like a blanket under your knees when we do some of the kneeling positions. And then at the end of the class, when we do our rest, sometimes it's nice to have that blanket underneath us to support our lower back by getting our knees elevated slightly. So we'll go ahead and begin. Go ahead and find yourself nice and comfortable on your mat. Feeling connected to the mat, to the earth. Just noticing all those points of connection where your body meets the floor. And grounding down into those connections, feeling it, feeling grounded, feeling connected. And then just begin to notice your breath. Notice the breath without really changing anything. Notice where it is and where it's moving. Notice how it feels as it comes into your body and how it feels as it exits. Notice the temperature of the breath. And then let's begin to bring that breath down deeper into our bodies. Taking nice, full, deep breaths all the way through the chest and down into the belly. Feeling your belly expand with air, your chest open with air. And then exhale fully, allowing the breath to completely exit the body. Bringing the belly button back towards the spine to help push that air out. Taking nice, full inhales. And complete exhales. Inhaling deeply, all the way down. And exhaling fully. Stay with this breath for several moments here. Allowing the breath to expand your chest, to open the heart. And I like to begin my practice with chanting the word Om. The word Om is the primordial sound of the earth. It's the sound that brings all creatures and creation together. Everything in the universe is connected by this one sound. So we'll take 3 breaths, and on the 3rd exhalation is when we will chant. So if you'd like, you can bring your hands together at the heart center, or you're welcome to leave them in your lap, whichever feels most comfortable for you. We'll take our first breath in, and exhale. Another breath in. Exhale. And last breath to chant. Take a deep breath in. Om. Take a full deep breath in. Suspend the breath for just 1 second. And exhale fully. You can release your hands and blink open your eyes, and we'll begin our practice. We're going to start with just a seated warm-up. So sweeping your arms up high in the air as you inhale, point your palms forward, and fold at the hips as you come down to bring your hands down to the ground. Just a seated forward fold. We're releasing the hips, releasing the low back, and just starting to invite that stretching. We'll walk our hands back, coming all the way back up. Sweep our arms up again, inhaling. Bring our right hand down to our right hip. Stretch the left fingertips high towards the sky. We're going to fold to the right. Stretching the left side body here. Now let that left hand come down to the left side. Sweep the right arm up, reaching tall into the right fingertips, and then coming over to the left. We're stretching the left or right side body this time. And you can let that right hand come down. This time we'll sweep both arms up. We're going to do a couple twists here. Turn our bodies towards the left, keeping rooted in our sit bones. We'll bring our right hand down towards our left knee and our left hand behind us. We'll look towards the left shoulder. When you inhale, you'll feel your spine elongate. When you exhale, you'll feel yourself able to deepen into that twist. Take a couple breaths here. And inhale, sweep your arms up, back to the center. Exhale to the right, bringing our right hand to, or left hand across our right knee, and our right hand behind us, gazing over or towards the right shoulder. Once again, inhaling, elongate the spine. Exhaling, deepening into the twist. Twisting massages the internal organs and helps aid in digestion and elimination systems. Inhale, sweep your arms back up to the center, and exhale, let those hands float down. So we're going to warm our necks a little here, just with some gentle neck rolls. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring our chin to our chest, and this is our exhale position. When we inhale, we'll roll our head over so that our ear is towards our shoulder. And then we'll exhale, chin back down to our chest, and inhale to the other shoulder. So we're just rolling shoulder to shoulder as we inhale and exhale. Do this several times. One more time each side. When you bring your chin back down to your chest, just inhale your chin up. You may wonder why we just go side to side and not back. Rolling our neck back actually creates compression on the vertebrae on the back of your neck here, and that can actually lead to injury and damage over time. So it's better for your neck to just do those gentle side to side rolls. And if you do want to stretch this area of your neck, just go up slightly. We don't want to bring our chin all the way back like this. That's where that risk for injury and damage comes in. But you can bring your chin up slightly and roll your neck in this way, as long as we're not bringing that neck all the way back. Just a little fun fact. All right, so this is going to be that first breath work that I was mentioning in the post about this live. So I wanted to incorporate a couple really both fun and effective breath works for this class, especially with we're being in winter and it's so cold. And with the exception of the last couple of days here, winter can be often gloomy. So we're finding ourselves needing warmed up and uplifted. So this first breath practice that we're going to be doing is Bhastrika, bellows breath. And it literally is stoking the inner fire, like a bellow would do to a fire. So with this breath, there's a couple benefits of it. One, it warms you. And two, it actually helps waken and alert you. This breath is often called the yogic cup of coffee because with this breath, you can get that same boost that you get from that cup of coffee without the actual coffee. So there's a couple movements that come along with this breath work. First of all, the breath is a sharp in and out breath through the nose. So it's, and then there's an arm movement that goes along with it. This is our exhale position. Elbows down to the ribs, fists tight. And then our inhale is arms straight up in the air, fingers stretched wide out. So this is our inhale, this is our exhale. And it's a sharp movement with that breath. So we're inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. So we're going to repeat that about 10 times in that real fast, sharp rhythm. If 10 feels a little much to you, you're welcome to pause at any time that you want. This is your practice, so you're always welcome to make any adjustments that you feel necessary throughout the practice. So let's go ahead and bring our hands to that inhale position or exhale position. Take a nice full deep breath in and out and begin. Inhale, arms up, stretch, and exhale, let the arms float down. And just rest and steep in the practice for just a moment here. You may already feel that energy stirring, you may already feel that heat stirring. Just notice how the body is feeling here. And we're going to do that one more time. So come back to that inhale position. 10 times, inhaling up and exhaling down. Inhale, take a nice deep breath in. And exhale. And begin. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, let the hands float down. Once again, pausing and noticing. All right, now we're going to begin, we're going to move to hands and knees, and we're going to do some cat-cow movements. Let me get my hair out of my face for the next couple postures. All right, so come to hands and knees. This is a place where I do like to have a blanket available because not so much here on the carpet, but when we're in the studio on the wood floor, even the nicest yoga mats can still have a little bit of pressure points on your knees. So I like to have a blanket under my knees. And we'll come to hands and knees with our knees under our hips, our wrists and elbows stacked under our shoulders. Make sure you guys can still see me. Let me turn this way. That's probably a little bit better. Okay. There we go. All right. So once you got in your tabletop position with a nice flat back, inhale, look forward. Drop the belly button towards the earth, arching the back. And then exhale, tuck your chin, tuck your hips in towards your head as you round the spine towards the ceiling. This is our cat. Then we'll inhale, looking forward, and our cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. Let's go ahead and do this for several repetitions in the rhythm of your own breath cycle. Whatever pace feels good to you. is one of the yoga postures that I would recommend finding time for every day, simply because of the benefits. First, you're looking at the increased flexibility of the spine. Cat-cow is a great workout for the spine, helping keep it flexible and supple. It can reduce pain, minimize the risk of injury. And then as you're coming in and out of these cat-cows, notice what happens when you crunch up into cat. What is happening to your abdominal muscles in this space? Like little crunches, right? So those little crunches are helping strengthen your core with each repetition. So cat-cow is both good for your back and good for your core. Little crunches. Let's do a couple more. And on your last one, let's come to a neutral spine. We're going to walk our hands forward and slide down onto our bellies. We're going to come into baby cobra and sphinx pose. So for baby cobra, let's bring our hands about to our shoulder level, tuck your elbows in, zip your legs down through the middle, top of the feet flat on the mat. You'll simply inhale, peel your chest up using your core muscles. We want to minimize pressing in with our hands as much as possible. We're not putting the weight in our hands. We're using our muscles through this area to lift ourselves up. And then you can come down. Inhale, come up. And exhale, down. Inhale, come up again. This time we're going to prop ourselves up on our forearms, coming into sphinx pose. The rest of our body stays the same, but we're just propping ourselves up on our forearms to deepen this back bend. Bringing our shoulders away from our ears. Take a couple breaths here. And then you can come on down. Transition back through tabletop. And we're going to move into downward facing dog. Pressing into your hands and your feet, tucking your toes. We're going to push and lift our hips up and back. You can step your feet out if you need to, have a micro bend to your knees. We're creating a long line from the hip to the wrist, from the hip to the heel, essentially making an upside down V with our body. Take a couple breaths here. You can even walk your dog if you like, bending each knee. And then look towards your thumbs and walk your feet in towards your hands. Walk your hands back to your feet. And let's come into a full forward fold. With a full forward fold, we are just allowing the top half of our body to drape down towards the earth, crown of the head drawing down, while we're standing nice and tall and rooted in our legs. This is not about touching our toes. It's about relaxing the top of the body. So if you can't touch your toes, we're not worried about that. You don't need a block to support you. Just let everything hang. And then very slowly roll yourself up to standing with your chin last to lift. And pause for just a moment. Fighting mountain pose. Walk your feet together a little bit if you need to. Feet parallel to one another, about hip width apart. Your chest is open. Hips push slightly forward. Small arch to the back. And then you can bring your hands to prayer pose, or you can bring them out to the sides. All right, so this next part is the other breath work I want to tell you about. Just one moment here, grab a drink. So that the other breath work that I mentioned is called Breath of Joy. And I love this breath. It's really fun. It's fun, and that's like the whole purpose of it. It's fun and uplifting, and sometimes you may even feel a little silly doing it. I did it yesterday in my kitchen, and my 6-year-old laughed at me the whole time because she thought it was so funny. And it's and it's not any, you're not really doing anything like weird or it's just the movement plus there's some vocalization in it. So there's a couple movements to it. You'll be in mountain pose. You'll inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms out. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, down. And when you come down, that exhale actually comes out as an audible ha. You're inhaling up, exhaling, inhaling, ha. Inhale, exhale, inhale, ha. All right, so let's do it. All right, inhale, exhale, inhale, ha. Inhale, exhale, inhale, ha. Inhale, exhale, inhale, ha. Inhale, exhale, inhale, ha. 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 One more. Ha. Inhale, arms up. Stretch nice and tall, and exhale, float the hands down. Maybe bringing them to the heart center in prayer pose. Taking a few deep breaths in. All right, so we're gonna keep that momentum going, and we're gonna move into some sun salutations. So what we're going to do today is a progressive sun salutation. Really simple, not anything super fancy or super tricky. We're going to start with 2 half sun salutations, then 2 sun salutations where we come all the way down to the mat and back up, and then we'll finish with 2 more half sun salutations. So we're going to go up and down. So come to the top of your mat. Finding yourself in mountain pose once again. Noticing your feet and where they are on the mat. Bringing hands to prayer pose. I might need to step back a little bit. Take a few nice deep breaths here. And then let's inhale, sweep our arms up. Leaning back slightly. And exhale, fold forward, fold. Inhale, come up to a half forward fold. Exhale to a full forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up to rise. Once again, leaning back slightly. And exhale, hands together at the heart. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half fold. Exhale, full fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up to rise. And exhale, hands together at the heart center. Inhale, vitality. Exhale, light. Inhale, sweep your arms up. We're moving into the full ones. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, full fold. This time, inhale, step your feet back into downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, come to plank. Inhale. Exhale, down to your belly. Inhale to baby cobra. Exhale, down. Inhale, tuck your toes, come through tabletop if you like, up into downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, walk, step, or jump your feet together to full forward fold. Inhale to half forward fold. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up to rise. And exhale, hands together at the heart center. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half fold. Exhale, full fold. Inhale, step back into downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale to plank. Inhale. Exhale to cobra. Inhale, or do your belly. Exhale, inhale to cobra. Exhale down. Sorry about that. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, walk, step, or jump your feet forward. Full forward fold. Inhale, half fold. Exhale, full fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up to rise. And exhale, hands together at the heart center. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half fold. Exhale, full fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up to rise. And exhale, hands together at the heart. And we have one more, friends. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half fold. Exhale, full fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up to rise. And exhale, hands together at the heart center. Taking some nice, full, deep breaths. Recovering the breath. And reconnecting to that long, full, deep breath that we established at the beginning of our practice. Now, friends, I invite you to step your feet just a little wider than hip width apart. We're going to come into willow tree. So we're just twisting where we let our arms just relax and go wherever they want, landing wherever they want on our body. Maybe they massage your kidneys when they come around. Maybe they massage your muscles. But really, this is just a nice little way of transitioning out of those breathy sun salutations to the next part of our class. And then you can begin to slow those down, coming back to stillness, and just pausing, noticing your body, noticing your energy, and how you're feeling. Okay, so we're going to move into a warrior sequence. Beginning with warrior 1 into pyramid pose, and then we'll transition the directions that we face on our mats and move into warrior 2 sequence. So come into this short end of your mat. Find your feet about hip width apart, beginning in mountain pose. I like to bring my hands to my hips, but you're welcome to do whatever you want with your hands. Find your chest open, your chin level, your shoulders down away from your ears. Something I like to point out is that we tend to, through tension and stress and just the course of our days, our ears and our shoulders get really friendly with one another, and our shoulders tend to creep up, and we don't even notice it. We don't even notice that our ears and our shoulders are so close together. until like we're like, oh, why are we so tense? But if you can just consciously remind yourself throughout your day to drop your shoulders, you will notice almost an immediate resolve of tension in your body. So like if you have a desk job and you sit at your desk and you find yourself, really tense like in the middle of the day, ask your shoulders, what are they doing? And just let them drop down and notice. So let's practice that real quick together. Bring your shoulders up. Like hold your shoulders up towards your ears. I know it feels weird. It probably looks weird. And then let your shoulders drop down. And notice that. Inhale those shoulders up. Then exhale, let those shoulders come down. You notice that big difference in how your body feels. Just releasing those shoulders. I feel, for me personally, I feel like it opens and expands through my heart space, allowing me to breathe more freely, and it opens up my throat, and that also encourages the more freer breathing, as well as just all the good stuff that comes with that open throat. So let's go ahead and go back to our warrior sequence, since I went off on a tangent there. And back to mountain pose. Again, hands to hips if you like. Shoulders down, shoulder blades pushing down the back, chest open and expanded. Chin level. Let's step our right foot back, keeping our toes pointed towards the front. So our toes might be tempted to go out to the side. We want to encourage them to draw towards the front. Basically, in Warrior One, our entire body is drawing towards the short end of the mat, or towards the point of the front toe if you're not using a mat. So once you have your back foot in position, and there could be a little bend to that back leg if you need it, that's totally okay. Go ahead and bend that front knee and stack it over top of the left ankle. We want to keep it above or behind the left ankle. We don't want to go ahead of it. Moving ahead of the ankle can actually risk injury to the knees, hyperextending the knees, putting additional strain on already tender knees if that's there. Take a few deep breaths. And then you have an option here. You can stay with your hands to hips, or you can bring your hands up to the sky, keeping those shoulders away from your ears still. Take a couple breaths. And then we can bring our hands back down to our hips if they're up. Straighten that front leg, and now we're coming into our pyramid pose. Keeping shoulders down and back, hinging only at our hips. Let's fold towards that front leg. You can keep your hands to your hips. You can place them on the small of your back. Or if you like, you can draw them down towards the earth. If you bring them down, just be aware of your shoulders and your chest, that you're not collapsing in. And take a couple breaths here. And then pressing into your feet and leading with your head. Come on up and then step your feet together. Might feel nice to shake those legs out one at a time. And then we'll do that on the other side. So I'm gonna come back to this side. So still facing you guys. So this time we're gonna step our left foot back, keeping everything pointed towards that long end, or short end, sorry. Chest open, shoulders back. Go ahead and bend that front knee, stack it over top of the right ankle. And then you have the option of bringing your arms up to the sky, as long as our shoulders stay down and back. You may even enjoy the mantra, I am here, I am me, and I am perfect exactly as I am. And go ahead and bring your hands down if they're up. Straighten that front leg. And once again, hinging at the hips, folding down towards the front leg, Hands can be in any position that was offered before, which is small at the back, hips, or straight down to the mat. As long as we're keeping our chest open here. Now let's bring our hands back to our hips. Lead with the head as we push ourselves up. And we can step our feet together, shaking out each leg. And getting ready for the second half of our warrior sequence. So, to go into warrior 2, I like to have everyone start facing the short end of the mat in a wide leg stance. And I'm going to tell you why I do that. Because you may notice that some teachers will cue you to step back, pivot, to come to the long end of the mat. What I found is with a lot of yogis, especially ones who are newer to their practice, or even brand new to their practice, when you have someone come from this direction and turn their body this way and then bring their arms out, often what happens is the body is still heading this way when the gaze heads this way. So your body is leading this way, when in warrior 2, we want our body to be facing the long end of the mat. So I have people start facing that way because I found that it helps newer yogis find that alignment a lot easier. I've watched it in action. I actually cued a brand new yogi doing it one way, and then the next week I had her do it a different way, and I noticed an immediate difference in the way her body aligned, and it was only her second class. So so just a very important note. I just wanted to explain that so that you understand why I cue it differently than you may see other teachers. So we'll start in this wide leg stance, and we're going to turn our left toes toward that short end. So we're just going to heel that over, point it towards that short end of the mat. This back foot will be parallel to the short end of the mat, and then we're going to peek at our heels and our arches. So we want the heel of our outstretched foot in alignment with the arch of the back foot. So they'll be right in line. That's how you know that your feet are in the right place. Then we're going to bend this knee and stack it on top of that ankle, keeping in mind that our hips and our shoulders are pointing towards this long end of the mat the whole time. It's really easy to let ourselves drift this way. We want to consciously keep ourselves in alignment with this short end. It may feel funny on this front leg, and if you find some difficulties in the knees, you're welcome to walk that foot forward a little bit to help with that, even if it misaligns with the arch a little bit. If you need that for your comfort of your knee, you're welcome to do so. So once we're here, we're going to bring our arms out to the sides. Flip your palms up and feel your shoulder blades draw down your back. Then flip your palms back down, and then keeping your hips and shoulders to this end of the mat, look towards your left fingertips. And take a couple breaths. And then next, we're going to bring this forearm and rest it, not leaning, but rest it on top of this thigh and sweep this arm across our ear. And this is our extended side angle. And then in a sort of a cartwheeling motion, bring yourself back up into warrior 2, straighten this leg, and then we're going to push into the fingertips while we push our hips back and fold down into triangle pose. This bottom hand, this left hand, needs to be planted on your shin, on a block, on the mat. We don't want it to hang. And then the right hand goes straight up, and you can gaze in whichever direction feels good for your body. So if that's straight up, go ahead and do that. If that's forward, if that's down, there's no wrong answer here. And then as if an invisible rope is up at the ceiling, you're going to grab that rope and just pull yourself up. Let that hand fall. Turn your feet. Maybe heel toe them together a little bit. You can even step together and take a little break. Shaking everything. Then coming back to the wide leg stance as we move into the right side. Just shift down just a little bit. And then we're going to all of those same things on the right side. So this time, we're going to left foot parallel to the short end, right toes pointed to the short end. Take a peek at our heels and our arches. Good there. Hips square to the short end or the long end. Shoulders square to the long end. Bend the right knee and stack it on top of the right ankle. Once again, taking notice of the hips and the shoulders. Then we'll bring our arms out to the side. Flip your palms up. Flip your palms down. Keeping our bodies pointed to the long of the mat, turning only our heads to the right fingertips. Now let's drop that right forearm and rest it on top of the right thigh. Sweep the left arm across the left ear, coming into our extended side angle posture. And then we'll cartwheel ourselves back up to warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Pushing the hips back as you reach in the fingertips, coming down into triangle pose. Right hand on the shin block or mat. Left hand straight above you. Gaze in whatever direction feels good for your body. And then grabbing that invisible rope, come on up. You can release the hands together, turn the feet in, then we'll heel toe our feet together. Do a quick time check. Yeah, we got time. All right. So now we're going to go into a balance posture. Very, very common, well-known balance posture. So if you feel a little wobbly, you're welcome to move to some place where you can touch a chair or the wall or some other kind of support. This is Slip Jig. She likes to use the litter box about 10 times while I'm doing yoga. It's a cat thing, I guess. So we're going to come to mountain pose, bringing our feet about hip width apart. I like to start my balance pose with my hands on my hips. You'll find that I like to start a lot of my postures with my hands on my hips because it makes me feel like my hands are doing something, and it helps me open my chest and bring my shoulders down. Just passing through. All right. So let's go ahead and begin to notice our feet. Notice how your feet are connected to the earth and to the mat. Relax your knees. And now let's start to bring our awareness into our left foot. And allow that left foot to start to take over the weight of the body. And start to allow that right foot to slowly come up, creating a kickstand next to the left ankle. Now we're going to externally rotate this right hip outwards so that the bottom of our right foot is pressed against the ankle. Now, this is balance right here. You can stay right here and you are in tree pose. Or you can bring your foot up into your calf, or up into your thigh. We don't want to press against the knee. Pressing against the knee can do damage to the knee, and then we don't want to do that. So you can bring your foot here. And then you have options with hand placement. You can keep them on your hips if this is good enough for you. You can bring them into prayer pose. You can grow your tree branches. You can come to Gyan Mudra, cactus pose, or even steeple mudra straight above. Whichever you find. And if you're wobbly or you're falling in and out like you see me doing, that's okay too. And when you're ready to come out of the posture, bring your hands back down to the hips. Turn your knee in and float that foot down. And we'll shake out that standing leg. We have stored a lot of energy in that leg during that standing pose. We want to shake it out, disperse it. And then come right back to mountain pose. And we'll do that on the other side. Finding our feet again, finding our focus to our feet. This time moving it to our right foot. And begin to give the weight to the right foot as you lighten the left. And then finding that kickstand with the left foot to the right ankle. Rotating that left hip outward. Once again, this is tree pose just as much as any other variation of it is. So if you'd like to stay here, you're more than welcome to. Or you can float that foot up into the calf or thigh. And then finding any hand placement that feels good to your balance and your body. You may notice that the balance might be better on one side of your body than the other. For example, me, I'm way more balanced on the left side than I was on the right. And so that allows me to be in this posture a little longer. But whenever you're ready, you can bring your hands down, turn your knee in, and slide that foot down. And shake that right leg out. All right, everybody. We are coming down to the mat. This is where you might want to bring your blanket back onto your mat if you like to sit on a blanket. And where you're going to do a couple seated postures. I need to adjust my mat a little bit because I've moved it quite a bit in those standing postures. Slips and slides on carpet quite a bit. All right. So for this first seated posture, we're going to bring our left leg out and our right leg in. This is a half dragonfly posture. So find yourself nice and tall, shoulders down and back, tall spine. Then we're going to slide our left hand down our leg and we're going to grab wherever we can reach. So shin, ankle, toes, if you can grab them toes. Grab those toes and bring them back towards you. If you cannot grab the toes, isometrically pull the toes back towards your body. Relax your knee. And then if you'd like, you can sweep your right arm up and over, adding a side stretch and deepening this stretch. Inhale yourself up. Switch your legs. So we're going to bring the left leg in, right leg out this time. Find that nice tall posture. I need to adjust my blanket a little bit. Nice tall posture. Then slide that right hand down. Grab what you can reach. Pull the toes back. Relax your knee. And then you can sweep that left arm up and over. And you can release that. We're going to leave our right leg out, then we're going to bring our left leg out. Coming into a wide leg stance. Nice tall spine. Shoulders down and back. Folding at the hips, keeping the spine straight. Fold to the center. Only coming down as far as is comfortable for your hips, your legs, your back. Relax your knees. And feet are pointed towards the ceiling. Breathe deeply here. And then push yourself up with your hands. Bring the bottoms of the feet together. Coming into a butterfly posture. So tucking our feet in, spine's nice and tall and straight. Take a nice deep breath in and fold towards your feet. Now, the positioning of your feet can be whatever feels good for you. So you can bring them tight into the groin, or you can push them out farther. Whatever's feeling good to your back and hips today. And you can push yourself up. Let's go ahead and come on down to our backs. Bringing our knees into our chest. Give yourself a nice little hug here. Just squeezing in. This is a wind relief Apanasana. So it can be helpful to move air through your body if you have stuck air or gas. This can be a posture that can help you release that air. And roll side to side with your knees. Massaging your back with the floor. And now we're going to make circles with our knees. So you can bring your hands to the tops of your knees and just bring them in and out, going in one direction. If you'd like to add some core work into this, you can bring your hands down to the floor and just let your core muscles bring your knees in and out. That is totally an option. Then the next time you bring your knees inward, let's change directions. So you can bring the knees in and out the other way. Once again, you're welcome to hold on to your knees, or you can bring your hands down to the floor. Bring your knees back into center. We're going to do some hip circles one more time, well, a couple more times, but this time we're going to move them opposite each other. So we're going to move our knees out and then in. We are doing some gentle opening of the hips here, just releasing and unlocking the hips. And this can also be turned into a core workout by bringing your hands down. Next time you bring your knees in, take them in the opposite way. So this time you're going to be going in to out. Just circling in the opposite direction. And bring your knees back in and put your feet down to the floor, keeping your knees bent. We'll do a couple hip opener exercises here. Keeping your feet on the floor, bring your right ankle and stack it on top of your left knee. Allow this right knee to fall away from your body. You can stay right here if this is good enough for you. Or if you'd like a deeper hip opening, you can bring this left knee and tuck it into your chest. Pulling it in, wrapping your hands behind the knee to hug it in. Feeling that stretch in that right hip. Okay. Then you can go ahead and release your hands and let your left foot come down, and then let your right foot come down. Then bring your left knee on top of, or left ankle on top of the right knee. Let the left knee fall away from your body. You can stay here, or you can hug the right knee into your chest, deepening that hip opener. Feet are flexed. Then you can release the right foot down and then the left. Walking your feet out to the sides of the mat so that your knees kind of knock together a little bit. We're going to do some windshield wipers. So just allow your feet to stay planted on the mat. You can roll side to side on your foot. But we want the connection of our feet to the mat here. Allow your knees to drop down to the left. You'll feel that stretch in the front of the right leg. Take a couple breaths here. And then go to the other side. Then come back into the center. Okay, so now you're ready to rest. Go ahead and stretch your legs straight out. If you'd like, you can put a blanket or something underneath your legs, the tops of your legs, to take some of the pressure off your low back. Bring your hands out. Using whatever supports, maybe you'd like to throw a blanket on, maybe you'd like something under your head. Just rest here for several moments. I'm going to sit up so I can keep time for us because we are getting close. Okay. So just notice each part of your body and invite that part of your body to relax and release. Take a nice full deep breath in. And exhale, let everything go. You can begin to make small movements in your body, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. You're also welcome to stay right here as long as you want. If you're ready to come up, you can start to shift and move, awaken your body. And then very carefully and in your own time, in your own way, bring yourself back up to seated. You can roll over to one side and push yourself up, or you can rock and roll yourself up to seated. Once you arrive at your easy seat, keep your focus inward for just another moment. Noticing the changes in your body, your mood, your spirit. Bringing the hands together at the heart center one more time. Bowing down to your inner brightness. Allowing yourself to be filled with gratitude for yourself. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace. It's an honor to be of service. Thank you. Thank you all so much for tuning into this practice today and for allowing me to share this with you live here on Facebook when we couldn't be in the studio today. My classes are Monday mornings, 9 to 10 a.m. and Thursday evenings, 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. And they're all very similar to what you just experienced right here. For all of the offerings at the Wilmington Yoga Collective, make sure that you follow the page and follow the schedule and see where we all are. We have a lot of really fun things coming up this month, so I hope that you all join us. Thank you. If you have any questions about the practice, you're welcome to put those in the chat or comments, and I will answer them as soon as possible. Thanks, and have a really great